been a couple minutes because I had to figure out that my phone was not on the Wi-Fi, but this ball has been up in this tree forever. It's raining right now. You can tell it, kind of tell the ground's wet. And it's on the dry side up. I think that's all wet. I'm not sure how good that's showing up, but that's dry. That's facing up, and it's still, you can still hear it dripping a bit. Okay, that happened, and then a knock. This, literally just happened like 3 minutes ago. Enough time for me to figure out that my Wi-Fi wasn't on my phone because I always turn it off at work because our Wi-Fi sucks there and I get a better signal off of it. But the knock came from over this way. Looks like it's clearing up some now. See the star and the moon. So it came from Stinky Holler way. What's that kitty cat doing, Blue? I don't want to get too far away. I'll drop the signal. I'm trying to slide off too. But it's been active here the last few days. The other day, walking up, I got the neighbor's excavator here, and I can actually literally, I can walk faster than you can tram it or drive it. And I'm working way up the holler, the end of my holler. So it takes me about, I'd say a good 40 minutes to train that thing up there. I got it about halfway up the bottom now, so it's not so far. But anyway, whenever I take my breaks, I walk down here once and got the side-by-side and drove in up there. And while I work, Blue kind of hangs out in the side-by-side. Anyway, it was getting dark out. This was Saturday night, and I was walking back. I trimmed the excavator down to the bottom to put it up for the night. And we started walking back, which I'm already halfway down the bottom. And about where the rock cliff is, at first I thought maybe it was a nut falling, even though the nuts haven't started falling. But then another one happened, and you could hear it going through the leaves in the tree and getting closer to me. Nuts usually don't fall horizontally. So anyway, there's that. How is everybody? Hello, Reddy, Lane, Uncle Bones, Tim, Cherry Panda. God bless you, Gordo, Rucker, Barb, Fletch, Tim, Reddy Cool, Canes. Looks like a whole crew's here. Nah, life's been busy. But I've come to the determination that there's no way I'm going to get my trails cleared before hunting season. So I'm concentrating on a couple main trails. Also Saturday I took the bulldozer. I've also got a bulldozer down here now too. And was going to hide it above the pond. Well, I drove it so far out like a little side trail that goes out to one of my hunting stands. I'm getting ate up by bugs. And every 10 foot, and these were trees were down, and these were hickory trees. and they were still alive. They still had leaves on them and stuff. This is from the ice storm, by the way. But they hadn't broken. They just got leaned over across the trails. Literally, I think every tree that fell during the ice storm either hit, the house or a trail. I think the rest of them's good. But hickory, for anybody that don't know, is a pretty tough wood. So I worked on cutting some of them out and thought, well, maybe I'd get closer. What I was wanting to do is fix a place in the trail that was pretty bad. The loggers left it bad, but it quit. And it was every 10 foot, so I don't know, I kind of give up on getting all my trails. I'm going to concentrate on the main ones, which I got one open that goes up to the booger and shack. I think I just heard a thud from behind me. What are you doing, that poor kitty? Oh, Martha. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. And plus it's hot, and I just don't like getting out and running the old chainsaw during this hot weather. But I figured it's not as hot as it has been, so I figured I'd go out and do a little bit. But man, I'll just come home soaking wet. But the bad part about it is the excavator I had to work on for a lot to get the thing going. It's just my amazing luck, I suppose. Then whenever I took the bulldozer up there, because I wanted to move some dirt where I'm using the excavator, and I figured it would just be easier to use the dozer to push the dirt back, because where I'm putting the tile in at, I had to pile it up on both sides of the tile and keep it out of the creek. And with just, the excavator's just got the bucket on it. It's getting on big piles, and you can only go so high with the piles, so I figured I'd take the dozer and smooth it all back, because I had to do that anyway. And it'd be easier to do with the dozer. Boy, was I wrong. I get up there above the pond, and was just going to leave it up there till the next morning whenever I went to move the piles. Well, I turned the dozer around, and a track pops off the sprocket, and it's still up there like that. So I've been researching on how to fix that. I think I know what to do now. It's just going to be more of a pain in the butt. So this borrowed equipment, I'll have it all going pretty good, I guess, by the time I get done with it. The excavator, I had to change the hydraulic fluid in it. The guys told me it had a brand new battery in it that was 4 months old, which it was. It had the date on it. However, it didn't have any water in it, so it shorted out. And this was after I fixed a couple other things on it, some wiring and stuff, and which I didn't know the battery was like that. I kept trying to charge it, and I got it where it was starting after the first charge, but after that it wouldn't do nothing. So he went and exchanged the battery, got another battery, and then it did nothing at all. Well, I checked all the fuses, the relays, the wiring going to the starter, all that. I checked all that, and the one of the wires had pulled loose from the hot battery clamp, and it was just kind of there with a little bit of contact, but not enough to engage the starter. But I found it after putting this battery. The battery's located in a horrible place that it's almost impossible to get it in and out. I fixed that too, though. I put a wooden block underneath of it. I don't know why they wanted it so down in the hole anyway. Full moon tonight. But anyways, instead of clearing trails and fixing my trails up, I'm working on older equipment, which is part of it. Luckily, I'm a mechanic. Unluckily, everything seems to break down. And I can't have fun. It's not, a mechanic really don't want to come, home and have to work on stuff after working on stuff all week. Man, go get some bug spray. I'm gonna put the camera down. Maybe something will happen. I'm gonna leave it here for a minute. Hopefully the boogers ain't done yet. Actually, I'm gonna put this ball back up in the tree first. So I don't know why actually, let's look for some tracks over here. That would be hey, that'd be the smart thing to do. Now Blue's playing for the ball. Where's your ball at, Blue? Look how I had this thing in here. The sticks are still there. I mean, it would really have to be manipulated to get it out of there. I wonder if there's any prints on the ball. Let me put some bug spray on and then we'll do all this because I ain't getting I hate bugs. I hate summertime now. Y'all want to know why I ain't been boogering? Blame the mosquitoes, blame the ticks, and blame especially the turkey mites. They are absolutely wretched this year. Be right back. Well, if I set my camera down, you won't need it, will you? I'll set it up here where you can't reach it. Okay. I don't know if that's possible. All right, I'll just hang out for a minute. I swear, no, the little time I was standing here, I bet I've got 50 bites on my legs. And I had a flashlight up too. Not really sure where the dirt would have come from. The ground whenever it hit. I figure if they push off here, it has to be behind it. I might have to get it down out there. See if we can find any tracks. Probably not. Anyone that would go out boogering in eastern Kentucky in the summertime either A, has to be really smart. I mean, like really smart, like our president that would probably remember to put bug spray and stuff like that on. We're really stupid. I mean, I've not ever seen it this bad. The other day, where'd that come from? Did you bring it in, Blue? The other day, I was cutting a trail out, and happened to get into some high weeds to get a tree cut. And I'm not exaggerating a bit here. My arms felt like they was crawling, and I looked down at them, and there were at least 100 turkey mites on my arms. So I came home and doused my arms with gasoline, right? Then washed that with bleach water. That looks like, look, it looks like it's been trampled right there. See right there, and then down there. Looks like it's been trampled. Right up there is the human observation post. Anyway, then I washed my arms with bleach and bleach water. Then took a shower, then rubbed lotion all over them. Luckily, I didn't get bit by any turkey mice that day. But I hightailed it out of there. Mostly because my arms were covered with chainsaw gas that I washed them down with. That looks like something right there. Here, get in there and mess it all up, Blue. Come here, Bailey Jr. Right there. Well, how good that's picking up. Can y'all see that track? Maybe the rain won't wash it out. I'll go back there. There'll be another one right there. So they got the tree for concealment. I don't see any tracks out here. I'm not leaving any marks either. It's pretty hard packed. I figured they pushed it from back here. If it was a booger that done it, I don't see how else that ball would come out. It's in there pretty good. Yeah, see, it's in there pretty good. And that's what I heard, and I was like, what the heck? And then Blue heard it. Blue runs out here. About that time, there's a loud knock that comes from up that way. Blue comes running back. I'm trying to get my camera going. Man, I don't know if that's prints or what. I'm gonna put it back up in the tree. See, it's been on the ground rolling around too, so it's hard to say like that. That looks kind of suspect. But yeah, Eastern Kentucky is not booger and friendly in the summertime for me anymore. I wasn't always against boogering in the summer, but if you really think about it, here in the woods of Kentucky, you can't see 10 foot in front of you. I'm more of a fall. Fall is my favorite time to booger. Spring is a close second. Winter would be third, even though that kind of sucks too. But summer, nah, you can have it. The ball lane has been up in the tree forever, for months. I think the last time it was out of the trees whenever the boys were here last spring. Y'all have ticks, and I mean, it's awful right now. I've never seen so many mosquitoes. Like before, I sleep right here in this recliner on the porch. And I've done that pretty much all summer, just sitting out here listening. And I've been woke up a few times. But before I go to sleep, I spray myself down with bug spray. And I still get a few bites after I get up. It's been pretty active here the last few days. Before that, it's been a couple weeks. Been a few weeks actually. But starting Saturday, like Friday, I didn't hear or notice anything. As usual, they're going to shut up. Do I ever get a tick bite? Yeah. Oh yeah. I probably hold like a world record for tick bites. If I had $1 for every tick bite. These comments keep disappearing. It's just now coming over the mountain. It was raining. It just quit raining whenever the ball fell out of the tree and then the knock happened. But this all happened within seconds. So I think it might have been two different ones. Now it's all quiet. For real. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely picked way more off. You can feel little buggers creeping around on your arms and legs and stuff, and I've picked way more off than I've gotten bit. But yeah, I had a few. The turkey mice is what they're terrible. They're like the size of the head of a pin or whatever, and they'll bite you and then run to a different place, and they're like playing hide and seek with you, and they beat you 5 times so you can find out where they're at. And I hate them. I hate them about as bad as I hate a yellow jacket. You're talking about like the real little ticks, like the size of a flea, maybe a little bit smaller. I call them turkey mites. They're terrible. I feel like I got one on me now. Poor cat. Blue won't leave the cat alone, but then the cat seems to enjoy it most of the time and attacks Blue back. What's going on, darling? What's going on? Tornado warning. Good. Well, just in case you get trapped down there or whatever, Barb, I kind of wore this into a frazzle. I love it. Just saying. Like I said, I ain't been out much this summer, like boogering anyway. But on the trails or just walking up the bottom, I've never seen the ticks this bad. And it's where we haven't had a bad winter the last few years. Last year they was bad. The year before that, the bugs was bad. But man, they're just terrible this year. And man, I hope we have a long cold snap this winter. Kill some of this crap out. Yeah, got into definitely got into a nest of them. I don't guess the boogers are gonna do anything now. Well, I'd rather have, a big month-long cold snap. You can get below zero. I'll have plenty of firewood, trust me on that. And as long as we don't bring an ice storm, which that was kind of a freak occurrence. That's only the second time in my life I've ever seen anything like that. Here, anyway. It was a pretty thing until the trees start dropping on your head. Yeah, the old Colonel is, said Blue aggravates her to death, but she gives it right back to him. She'll chase him in a minute. They're good buddies. I would take 1,000,000 horseflies over one turkey mite, to be honest with you. Just because you can see them to fight them, you know what I'm saying? But the turkey mites, man, they'll bite you, and then the bite lingers. It's there for weeks. Hey, where's that kitty cat? Where's your toy? Where's your toy? Look, give me a toy. You want to get me a toy? Right, you can get in a fight with a horsefly. It's hard to fight little turkey mites. Get him, Colonel. His name is Colonel Gus Kitty. Gus was its given name from the folks I got it off of. But she looks like a colonel to me. Yeah, Colonel Kitty for short. Man, I wish they'd do one more knock or something. It seems like every time you turn on a camera, they go completely silent. Especially whenever you're fast like me and it takes you 5 minutes to turn on the camera. Well, why the heck won't YouTube connect? Then I remember my Wi-Fi was off. I wouldn't have caught none of it anyway. Pretty much to get any type of activity, you gotta be recording 24/7, or extremely lucky, which I am neither. That that's just a lie. I'm not, nor have I ever done any buggering. All right, unless you're talking about yourself, maybe. But yeah, that's a lie. No buggering here. Yeah, I've actually done a video or two on that, Mark, and I did give them away. I gave Bailey back to my cousin and them, which I'm asking for prayers for him and his little boy also, or his family, I guess. They both got the COVID. And anyway, I gave Bailey back to them, and the other one I gave to another cousin, Barb. I gave to another cousin because she just really liked the taste of chicken. So they had to go. Hard to maintain a farm where you're raising chickens whenever your guard dog that you got to protect the chickens eats the chickens. So far, Blue's done pretty good. He'll chase and run around them and stuff like that, but he's never really bothered one. However, I did watch a channel the other day, and I wish I would have known to try this then. But they had a little blue healer, and I can't think of the channel's name, but it's a really cool channel. People ought to check it out. I wish I had a good memory. Cockadoodle Farms, I think, maybe, or Cockadoodle Homestead, something like that is the channel's name. But they got a little blue healer that was getting the chickens too, and what they did was tied one of the chickens to its collar, and it broke it. And I wish I would have tried that, but I will keep it in mind for future reference. They kept it tied to its collar for like an hour or so, and that broke it from messing with the chickens. So y'all check them out. Pretty good channel. Pretty interesting. What gets in your food? Yes, I found a tick there before, and I knew that tick had bit me because it really hurts getting bit there. I mean, it was painful. For the last couple of days, Blue's had to run to the farm. I got the porch fenced in, but I've got the doggy door, and I was blocking the doggy door. But Blue has a lot of energy. I've never experienced a dog with so much energy. He don't stop. And it seems like he's getting even more energy. I thought maybe he would, when he's still a puppy, but look, he don't stop. He's still running. But Yeah, a lot of energy. And he's getting, I mean, this is what he does. So I've kind of felt bad for letting him be on the porch. And like I said, he's never bothered a chicken. So he's got the whole run of the farm. And he does pretty good. He's had the whole run of it the last couple of days. And I can kind of keep an eye on him. I got a camera there, a camera at the barn shooting down this way, a couple more cameras. And I can get on my phone and look and see if anything's going on. And, you know, there's no dead chickens in the yard, so that's good. Thank you, Diane. We was going to go squirrel hunting one day. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it into the up on top of the ridge where they're cutting nuts right now. But I got that cut out. There's a few pines down right there. I got it cut out now. Maybe next weekend. Of course, now I got this equipment down here, and the excavator's going to have to go home to dig a septic tank. Here, not this weekend, but next weekend, so I need to get my tile done. And I gotta fix the dozer. He seen cows the other day. The neighbor was bringing his cows off the mountain. They just got them down here in the bottom pasture now. Well, actually, the cows got loose. He didn't know what to think about them. But like you seen him just running around, that's what he does. And the chickens, you know, get kind of spooked. And speaking of the chickens, y'all want to see them? I don't know why they done this. They was out in the mulberry bush. I don't know if it's the light or what. But now they hang out in the pine tree. See, you can see the white ones, the brown ones are kind of hard to spot. There's one way up there. I got home one night and every one of them was gone. I don't know if something was getting in there or what made them decide to move out of the chicken coop. But they found a nice little home here in the pine. Some of them get way up there too. But then I read up these breeds enjoy high roost. There's a snake. Water snake. You just ate a meaner. This is exciting. Come on, camera, focus. The heck, man. Hey, this would be like watching National Geographic Explorer, except for without all the evolution bull crap. Yeah, it's a water snake. I can see his eyeball now. So maybe a copperhead, but down there eating my fishing minnows. I've just about broke Blue from digging around at my heels. He does it every once in a while now. But he was tripping me up, and I mean, you couldn't walk. He was right there under your feet. So finally, I said, screw it. I'm just going to keep going. And if he gets kicked, he gets kicked. Well, after a couple of kicks, he decided that wasn't no good. Where did this snake go? This is not good. Oh, there he is. That light just about washes it out. Ah, I see his eye shine. I'm going back underneath the rocks now. Well, this camera won't stay focused. Yeah, they call them blue healers because they nip. I mean, it's just in their nature. Like Matt said, they're cattle dogs, herding dogs. And that's how they get the cows moving. Blue, where's them chickens at? Colonel? Alright, he's shy. We'll leave him alone. Down there doing his thing. Not bothering nobody. Starting to rain again too. Alright guys, I guess I'm going to jump off here and turn my camera off. That way the boogers will do something again. And I can feel like a crazy person for not capturing things on video because they don't want to be captured on videos. And somehow they always know. Strange, huh? But everybody have a good night. Check out the quote on my community page. It's a dandy. It's an excerpt from a 9/11 speech that our president gave. And if you think you can do better at the translation, please leave it in the comments. Everybody have a good time, and God bless.